All of us, or at least most of us, are interested in doing better in our classes, improving our grades. And sometimes we don't mind getting by with the C or the D even, that just moves us on to the next class. But generally speaking, we want to know, how do we get a better GPA? You want to know how to climb the mountain of success in school? The secret to better academic performance that I've learned from my personal experiences, successes and some failures, is the Alps. And I'm not talking about a mountain range in Europe either. Today, I propose that through the Alps system, attitude, listening, prioritizing, and studying, we can all improve our grades. Let's explore the first step. Attitude is everything. A large part of better grades is a good attitude. Really believing that I can do it, and then of course doing it. We tend to believe what we tell ourselves. If we reinforce positive messages about what we can accomplish, we do better. Negative attitudes create defeatist mentalities, a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will. If you think you can't, then you're probably right. And that's a famous quote from Henry Ford, actually. You think you can't, you're right. They're discouraging. They stunt the learning process. Negative attitudes do. If you find yourself stuck with a negative attitude, there's something you can do to turn it around. Dennis Congos, he's a consultant who teaches teachers how to help their students be successful. He says on Angelo.com in a June 2008 article entitled How Attitude Affects Grades, that to change or improve your attitude, start with your behavior and your thinking, because these are the components we can control. In the end, your behavior and thinking will affect your emotions because your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors are all interrelated. The third important attitude element is to strive for excellence. Having a good attitude means doing my best. If I don't take the time to do my best, I can't be surprised if my grades reflect it. And I might set myself up for disappointment. The last but not the least concept in attitude improvement is come to class prepared and on time. You can't take the attitude that being on time doesn't matter, because missing class time means missing important input from your instructor, and it diminishes your rapport with that instructor and also with your classmates. So attitude is the first step to better performance in school, and a good attitude helps us move on to the next step, which is effective listening. Step 2, listen to and obey your instructor. This step is about engaging. Starting with taking good notes. Not word for word, but main ideas. Studies show that we retain main ideas much easier than verbatim lectures. But more importantly, these main ideas give us an idea about what the instructor wants us to know, where they want us to focus with the reading and the homework. Research from the National Training Laboratories in Bethel, Maine, shows that people retain only about 5% of what they hear in a lecture, but that retention increases far more with participation, active involvement. Secondly, ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If your teacher's lecturing and you missed a point, it's far better to ask, I need a connector here, than it is to get left behind and find yourself stuck. Instructors are here to help us learn and to understand. And if you're listening to your instructor, you know what to ask. A vital part of listening is being respectful. A respectful attitude goes a long way in building rapport with teachers and in reminding ourselves that we're here to learn, regardless of our feelings about a teacher's particular style. Lastly, and most importantly, obey. Do what your instructors ask you to do. Reading and homework is assigned based around what the instructor is going to test on. So if you've done what they assigned, you're prepared. And according to the same study, 75% of retention comes from practice by doing. While attitude and listening are both irreplaceable habits, they only happen once we set priorities. Nothing replaces the third step, prioritizing. Get and stay organized. Organizing yourself around what you have to do keeps you from becoming lost in a class. Manage your calendar. Keep your calendar clear of conflicting events that take away from study time or set you in cram mode, if you will. Budget time each week for studying, and that will make your life easier by avoiding the procrastination trap. Everybody has different methods that help them stay organized. For me, it's a segmented binder. For some people, it's different folders. Figure out what works and do it. Take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority. Studies show that healthy students are better learners. One research project at Columbia University in 2010 says just that. Healthy students are better learners. And on its website, the CDC states, leading national education organizations recognize the close relationship between health and education. And the top two, exercise and better nutrition. Mental and emotional health is one result of avoiding the stress of procrastination and giving your body the rest and nutrition it needs. So attitude, listening, and priorities are invaluable, but you'll only improve your grades by doing the last step, studying. Often the first step to successful studying is to learn how you learn. Preferred styles guide the way you learn. Maybe you're a visual learner and you need pictures and images, a spatial understanding. Maybe you're more of a verbal learner, so you need words, speech, writing. Kinesthetic, use your body, hands, your sense of touch. These learning styles are easy to research. If you want to know more about how you learn, just do a little research. Google, for example. That's where I found it. Secondly, study anywhere and everywhere. Take your book to the beach, because even 30 minutes of reviewing the material is better than avoiding it and trying to cram at the last minute. Claude Olney, an Arizona State University business professor assigned to tutor failing college athletes, recalls a cross-country runner who worked out every day. Olney persuaded him to use the time to memorize biology terms. Another student posted a vocabulary list near the medicine cabinet and learned a new word every single day. Also, study together. Study groups are invaluable because the work can be broken up into pieces, and everybody has a different level of understanding of different concepts. And also, as we saw in the study from Becca Lane, 90% of retention, 90%, your retention rate jumps to 90% when you're teaching others of the material that you yourself need to know. Finally, complete all your assignments as study material. Instructors rarely hand out assignments that have nothing to do with the coursework. If I treat every assignment as a study opportunity, I can help improve my attitude towards the homework, and I can also improve my grades. In conclusion, we talked about how attitude affects our learning, effective listening improves our retention, priorities give us room to breathe, and studying is an invaluable but versatile tool to help improve our grades. If you're thinking you'd like to improve your GPA or just bring up a grade in one of your classes, remember the ALPS: attitude, listening, prioritizing, and studying, and how these four can help you climb the mountain of academic success.